what you got on brief. I'm back with another reaction video. So by the time I'm reacting to UK drill rappers and knife fights, I'm gonna right to this.
First thing that comes to mind is the royal family, tea and crumpets, or Big Ben. But the UK drill scene has exposed the darker side of the kingdom that many don't get to see. A world full of stabbings.
I ain't gonna lie, probably like before, I wanna say 2018, I didn't even think UK had drill music. Like, I never thought of the UK to really be like that. Like, I never thought they had that side of them.
Kidnapping and murder.
I thought it was like beautiful over there, no crimes.
That have involved UK drill rappers. Young Dizz. Europe has much stricter gun laws than the US, and therefore it's rare for rival gangs to shoot at one another in the UK. However, that doesn't stop the violence. Stabbings and knife crime are more common on the streets of London than they are in the US. Local gangs are responsible for thousands of stabbings per year, and police reported that between 2018 and 2019, there were 4,277 cases of knife crime. Authorities say that the popularity of drill music is behind the wave of stabbings. So in 2019, they partnered with YouTube to ban the genre and have 130 drill music videos removed from the platform. One case in particular involving a rap.
Boom, we're gonna talk about this here. We ain't gonna talk about, it's the perfect video too. The mayor of New York, she trying to do the same thing, and I'm just like, bro, drill music has been out since 2012, bro. Especially what in New York has been out since 2000 and I want to say 15, close to 2012. Why y'all motherfuckers wait till now to try to even ban drill music, bro? Do you know how much drill artists we have out right now, bro? And I'm standing on this, I don't care what nobody say. Yes, drill music do shine a light on more violence, but listen to this. Without drill music, I feel like it would have been even more violence, because this is how they make their money. This is how all the artists make their money, by making drill music, by this and by doing whatever. This is how they make their money. If you ban these artists from being on YouTube performing, making their money, bro, what do you expect them to start doing? What do you think they're gonna start doing now? I don't get it. Like, you could warn them like they need to change up their music, because I'm not gonna lie, I be feeling like some of them do need to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? It's not all the time I want to hear about the dead, or you smoking the dead, or name dropping. There's plenty of times I just be like, okay, I'm over it. But for you to just ban the whole drill, like, there's drill artists that don't even mention the dead, bro. That there's a lot of drill artists that don't even talk about smoking on whoever. But for you to say you want to ban drill music is crazy, bro. I don't care, bro. Any state, any country, crazy. That's how they make their money. So you banning them from not making money. What you think they're gonna do? You think they're gonna get a real job? It's hard to get a job, bro. Even as a damn civilian, it's hard to get a job. What you think they're gonna start doing? Something they know before music. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, when I saw that shit, bro, that shit made my blood boil. Cause I'm just like, I understand, yeah, the violence around it. But for you to even sit there and say to ban it from radio stations is just crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like, it's just crazy, bro.
Is caught their attention and prompted the crackdown on drill in the country. Isaac Donko, who raps under the name Young Dizz, was arrested in April 2019 for a kidnapping that occurred the previous summer. Dizz was accused of recruiting a group of high school kids, 2 that were 16 and 2 that were 14, to help him kidnap and torture another 16-year-old enemy. Isaac was a member of the Six Gang, which operated out of the Beckton neighborhood of East London. He's also a popular rapper who performed under the name Young Dizz and had even been featured on Tim Westwood's popular YouTube channel. Dizz is known as the Prince of the Six and is a feared and respected gang member in East London. He has been making music for years, and when drill started to pop off in London, he caught the wave and began to build a career for himself. But his music career was put on hold for a while after he caught a pretty wild charge. Dizz was 21 years old at the time and had recruited a group of teenagers from a local high school to help him with the kidnapping. It was later alleged in court that Dizz would often go to the local high school and flaunt his wealth and status in the street to recruit younger kids in the neighborhood to help them commit crimes. He would that's money crazy. And drugs, then use that to manipulate them into doing whatever he wanted. Allegedly, that's crazy. The victim had stolen some product from Dizz and refused to pay him back or listen to his demands. So the rapper decided to make an example out of him. In In August 2018, Dizz and his crew spotted the victim on Gordon Road in London and forced him into a dark blue Ford. The victim later testified in court that he was sure they were going to kill him. Instead, they ended up torturing the victim by beating him, stabbing him with scissors, burning him with boiling water, and forcing him to swallow cannabis. They then found him to call his family and demand a ransom of 1,500 pounds, which is around 1,900 US dollars, and eventually let him go. However, they filmed the whole...
That's rent money. What are they doing with rent money? Maybe that's a lot out there, but... Bro, let somebody tell you they kidnapping somebody and they want ransom. They just gonna look at you like this shit a joke. This is rent money. Somebody could easily just give that to you. That's literally rent money in New York. That's rent money, bro. That's how much people spend on groceries,
which
bro.
was later used as evidence. Dizz was eventually arrested and sentenced to over 6 years for kidnapping and torture. Although it was not the only crime that led to the UK's war on drill music, it definitely contributed, and the official crackdown on the genre on YouTube came just a month after this incident. Many have criticized the police and tech company for their decision to crack down on the genre, claiming that it's a violation of freedom of speech and creative expression.
Yes.
But police claim that drill music glorifies violence and gang culture and has led to an increase in stabbings in London. However, the ban on drill has only added to the genre's popularity, and the violence hasn't exactly calmed down. If you thought that was crazy...
That's what I mean. I understand it does, you know, show violence and all that other stuff. But to ban it is not going to help anything. It's honestly not, bro. This is how they make their money, bro. This is how these artists make their money. This is how they're able to feed their family. Some of them do get locked up because of situations that do happen. Some of them can't get out the streets. I feel like if you're making such amount of money, bro, you gotta leave the streets alone. I ain't gonna lie. But to ban it,
next rapper started a machete fight in public. Yup, here's what went down.
See shit like this.
Digga D and Savo. On January 2nd, 2019, a fight broke out outside of the Westbourne Park tube station on Harrow Road in London between two rival gangs. According to news outlets, the fight was pre-planned and was a clash between two rival gangs, the Ladbroke Grove gang and the Mozart gang. There were 7 men in total wielding knives and machetes. 2 innocent women ended up getting hurt in the fight, and all 7 men were arrested and sentenced to prison time, including 2 famous drill rappers. 3 of the men arrested were a part of a music crew and gang called 1011, who operate out of the Ladbroke Grove neighborhood and are also known as the Ladbroke Grove Gang. The other 4 were members of another rival street gang and music crew called the Harrow Road Boys, who are also known as the Mozart Gang because they operate out of Mozart Estates. There are 2 opposing sets who are also part of the local drill scene. The 3 Ladbroke Grove Gang members who were part of the brawl were 18-year-old Jordan Bedeau, 19-year-old Rice Herbert, and an unnamed 17-year-old associate. Bedeau and Herbert are well-known drill rappers who make music under the names Savo and Digga D. Digga D and his crew, 1011, are credited with being one of the first drill groups in London. They formed the group in 2015 and have had several clashes with the police while they've been active. In 2017, the group was arrested for carrying machetes and baseball bats, which they claim were for a music video. The police weren't buying it and claimed the group was planning an ambush of a rival gang.
In New York, you probably can try to, you know, play that off. Out there, why do you over that one?
Which meant that all of their prior videos were taken off the internet, and the crew had to seek permission from the police before uploading any more music. By that point, the songs had already racked up millions of plays, and their fans quickly started uploading the music to their own channel to continue the movement. Also present in the brawl were 4 members of the Harrow Road Boys.
If it really happens, it probably won't. But if it really happens, bro, shit gonna get crazy.
None of them were famous rappers. However, there are drill rappers in the group like Ratlin and Fredo, but none were present in this particular fight. The entire brawl was captured by CCTV, and all 7 men were quickly arrested after the incident. The leader of the Mozart gang, Damani Charles, was stabbed in the brawl and was treated at the scene, then arrested. The 17-year-old associate of the Ladbroke Grove gang was also stabbed, but managed to escape. He later showed up at a hospital and claimed he had been injured from falling off a bike. The rest of the crew involved in the brawl were later arrested in their homes. Because the fight was caught on tape, they didn't have much of a defense, and nearly all of them pled guilty to violent disorder and possession of a deadly weapon. They were all sentenced to between 2 and 3 years for the crime, except the 17-year-old who was detained for 10 months. You thought that was crazy? This next rapper was arrested after attacking a moving vehicle with a huge zombie knife. Joshua Gardner is a drill rapper and a member of the G-Lane gang, or CR7 crew, that operates out of Croydon, South London. The crew is well known to the local gang unit, especially after an incident involving a member named Joshua Gardner, who attacked a vehicle with a huge zombie knife on the streets of London. The incident happened back in 2018 and was captured on a dash cam. The video that was later played in court shows Joshua on a bike approaching a blue Volkswagen parked on the side of the street. The vehicle clearly recognizes Joshua as he pulls up and tries to pull out and speed away. However, traffic prevents the car from escaping, and Joshua gets off his bike and begins attacking the vehicle.
That's fucking
First,
tight ass
the door,
road.
and then he starts swinging around a huge zombie knife and uses it to batter the windows and door of the vehicle. He tries to rip open the door, but it's locked, and the driver manages to get out and escape on foot. Joshua was arrested and charged with attempting to cause grievous bodily harm. The gang unit in the local police department was already familiar with Joshua due to some of his past activities and his involvement with the G-Lane gang. Not much is known about G-Lane. They have a bunch of assorted videos out by different members on YouTube, including a video for the song No Hook by Gardner and YL, where Joshua can be seen standing in the background. According to the UK newspaper, The Sun, the gang was also known by the postcode CR7 and had been involved in a gang war that led to multiple stabbings and murders, including the death of a 15-year-old. Joshua, who was only 18 at the time of his arrest, had been charged once before for attempting to rob a school kid of his cell phone and wallet. To the shock of many paying attention to the case, the rapper was let off with just 150 hours of community service and no jail time for the road rage
incident. Was he a rapper at the time?
The judge who presided
I ain't gonna lie, I be
case
feeling like these rappers who be getting all this money be doing stupid stuff, bro. Like, why are you doing all this?
Occurred not long before the case was the reason behind why she let him off with just a warning. Apparently, on March 26, 2018, Joshua was kidnapped by another gang of men in their 20s over a drug debt that his friend owed. He was held at gunpoint and forced to sell drugs for them for 10 days until the debt was paid off. She claimed that although the kidnapping was no excuse for violent behavior, it did explain why he was acting in such a reckless and vicious manner. Many local Croydon residents who were following the case were shocked by this verdict and claimed that it was only going to lead to more knife crime in the city. However, Joshua didn't make contact with the victim. He merely caused a frenzy and terrorized the public. The court was not able to bring any evidence of Joshua's gang ties other than his presence in music videos, and therefore it may have been tough to make the jail time stick.
I mean, that's true. Just because your music video don't mean you in the game.
Frenzy, claiming that the jail time was too lenient and that it sets a bad example for other kids roaming the streets with knives in the
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
You thought that was crazy?
If they just let him go after watching that video, that's crazy.
Outside a fast food restaurant, then rapped about it in a song where he mocked him for his meal choice. You don't want to miss this crazy story. Lil Mdot. Lil Mdot is a rapper associated with South London gang and rap crew called 814, a split-off group of a larger gang called the Ghetto Boys that operates in the New Cross, Lewisham, and Deptford area of South London. 814 has gained prominence in the UK drill scene, and Lil Mdot was one of their most prominent members. But Mdot's career would be cut short after he was found guilty of causing bodily harm to a victim he stabbed in March 2020. The stabbing occurred outside of After Hours, a fast food restaurant in New Cross, South London. 814 is known to have beef with another local gang called Monson Bloodset. The man that Mdot attacked was a man named Ahmad Torfi, who was alleged to be a member of the rival gang.
Damn, he don't look like he in the gang.
Defense attorneys, Ahmad was not an active gang member, but simply friends with a few members of the crew, and was actually a shy, mild-mannered man who worked as a steward at local sporting events.
He don't look like.
He was out that night getting food with his twin brother and girlfriend when Mdot caught him off guard.
This is kind of guilty by association. This is why you kind of gotta watch who you hang around. You know what I'm saying? If you hang around gang members, their ops are going. You automatically in the game, bro. Their ops don't care, bro. They see you, they catch you, that's it. That's why you gotta kind of watch who you hang out with.
And stabbed him multiple times in the chest. He had to undergo open heart surgery because of the attack and is now permanently paralyzed. To make matters worse, Mdot released a freestyle to YouTube where he brags about the stabbing. He even goes as far as to diss his victim for his meal choice, rapping, "All he wanted was some mac and cheese." it's pretty cold-blooded to nearly stab someone to death.
Okay, I be hearing songs where artists is, you know, they say certain things about real life incidents, but I never heard an artist actually confess to something in a song.
They make fun of their taste in food, but in the world of drill rap, anything goes.
My son confessed.
Mdot was arrested not long after releasing his freestyle and sentenced to 14 years in prison for the crime. A monster.
I understand it's like freedom of speech, but that right there, that's not freedom of speech, bro. You telling on yourself now. Especially when cops put details in. You
attacked, but is now permanently affected. Although no one deserves to be stabbed in the chest while out grabbing the meal, there is a disagreement online as to how involved the mod was in the Monson Bloodset gang. Several media outlets allege that the crime was a case of mistaken identity. However, this clearly isn't the case. Ahmad, who also went by the name Ace, was at least affiliated with the Monsons, as seen in this picture drill fans uncovered on social media. Others have claimed that Ahmad was active on social media and had gotten into beef with rival gang members online in the past. Also, Lil Mdot claimed in court that Ahmad and his brother rushed him when they saw him outside the restaurant and was simply acting in self-defense. Whether Ahmad is entirely innocent or not doesn't really matter because Lil Mdot still committed the crime and then proved his guilt by rapping about it.
Yeah, like if it was self-defense, you would have said that.
And even just hanging with the wrong people or making threats online can get you caught up in serious beef. If you like this video, check out some of our previous videos.
I ain't know you can't get down like that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't know you can't get down like that. But if you guys like this video, share, know to do, like, comment, subscribe, and I put notification bell on so you'll not be in the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.